What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Thanks for joining me today, my friends. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Today, we're here yet for another day of the Trading Wars, the battle in the stock market. And right now, guys, we're at a very interesting time in the stock market. And I really want to take some time to look at the market outlook and to talk about some of what we can expect coming in the next few days to the next few weeks, and then also look at the price action today, talk about the setups today, and just get you ready to rock and roll. So if you're ready, my friends, let's step into the war zone. So first and foremost, let's do some shout outs. Ramon, what's going on? Congrats on the check mark, my man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Jamie, Bill, Calmine, Anthony, David, Briggs, Trading Wars Army, Corey, Abraham, STK, Leo, Alicia, Trading Wars Army, Raymond, Robert, Calmine again. What's going on, brother? Matt, Silver, Frank, Andy, Keith, Dex, Dan, Trading Wars Army. Good to see you. Jay Villa, Jan, Eric, Trading Wars Army, Strong, Blaze. What's going on? Stock Hunt, Trading Wars Army, Tom, MGJF, Shay, Simone, Greg, Trading Wars Army. Got a lot of people in the building today. Hart, Eric, Top Value, Zero Hunter, Nandy. Boom. Let's do this, guys. All right. Okay. So I have a lot to talk about today. Let's go over to the futures market and let's discuss the weekly chart. Okay. So remember, going into this week, on Sunday, we identified that we had this outside bar last week, right? And so far, let's go ahead and let me just show you how to do some top-down analysis here. So here is our high, okay? So let's go ahead and put this in green. So the high was 39.28, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. And let's look at the high of the previous bar, which was 39.24 and a quarter. And this one was 39.28, so by a few points. And let's go ahead and draw the low now. So the low of last week was 37.04 and a quarter. Go ahead and put that in right there. And what we have, guys, so far this week is a inside week, right? So we can clearly see, make sure you have my free indicators. Let's go ahead here and let me grab the indicators and link them in the chat for anybody that does not have them. So I just did this tweet earlier today. Go ahead and add these indicators. These are my free indicators. It will help you to identify the inside bars on your chart. Go ahead and hit me with a 2. Hit me with a 2 when you guys are good. So let me know when you have your chart with the indicator on, so it'll go ahead and highlight your bar, okay? So what we have right now developing is the Holy Grail pattern. The Holy Grail is an outside followed by an inside bar. So what I really want to do here is I want to show you how this week has played out so far. Okay, so the first thing is on November 1st, we created this Nirvana, right? So this Nirvana is a powerful trading pattern. It's a part of my indicators. The Nirvana, however, is a part of the book. So anybody that gets any one of the books, you get the Nirvana for life, okay? But you could still see the colors on the regular indicator. So we had this Nirvana. We know, just like last time, that these Nirvanas are good signs of just a potential change in the trend. So we had this Nirvana on the 13th of October. We pushed higher. Then we had it again on November 1st. We got short down here, and it's been pushing down, okay? So going into Monday, here was Monday, okay? So Monday, Tuesday. So for 2 days, we pushed up. And if we look at this daily chart here, what do we have? So let's go ahead here from high to low. Double click. Put it on the basic. So we tagged our 618, okay? So this right here, my friends, is the typical pattern we trade from a day trading perspective all the way up to the higher time frames. This is a 618 retracement. So like clockwork, the market comes in, pushes up through our 618, and immediately rejects. Why do they do that? Okay, so let's talk about that for a little bit right now. So why do you think we rejected the 618? I want to make sure that you guys understand the concept today. So remember, the higher time frames involve more money, okay? What happens on a 5-minute chart, what happens on a 1-minute chart, what happens on a 15-minute chart is a very tiny perspective compared to the bigger picture, right? the bigger picture, to move a daily bar takes a lot of money, okay? And because of that, a lot of the times you will see the bigger levels on the higher time frames act as big resistance, big support. But sometimes it's hard to translate that to a day trading perspective. But definitely from a swing trading perspective, it's pretty straightforward, right? So you could just short here on the 618, put the stop at the swing high. You could get puts and swing them, because sometimes you need multiple days for these trades to work out. Okay, that's the key. When you're looking at these levels on the daily chart, the weekly chart, it takes multiple days, sometimes multiple weeks. So it's good that you have bigger stops, bigger targets. You trade longer expiry, or you trade futures, which has no expiry, right? You could do those things to really let these trades work. Okay, so we have the 618. We have a lot of algorithms stepping in. So we go to back to the weekly now, so we can see how we're looking right here. So right now, this high is all that matters. Okay, if this high does not break, then there's a chance, a pretty strong chance, that we do break this low. All right, because the algorithm has already showed its position. Okay, so if we consolidate tomorrow and then we turn around and we break through this high, that'll be very, very bullish. But as we stand right now, as long as that high holds, which is 38.67 to the penny, right? So you can also see, if you look at the level, it's exactly to the full amount, 38.67. It's not a quarter or 0.5, 0.75. So that also means there could be a major algo in there. So that being said, everything is pointing to the downside right now to break this low, either in the next 2 days or by next week. And unless we start breaking this level, we could already see the algorithm has positioned itself. Okay. So now the question is, did the bull algorithm position itself? Well, let's see. So remember, earlier in this week, when the futures market opened, we can go back here. Let's go back to the hourly so we can see when the future market opened. Okay. So the futures market opened on Sunday. So we got to go back Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the futures market opened right over Friday, Sunday, right there. Okay. So the futures market opened over here, started to do its thing, then started coming down. So the bulls really haven't had a major chance here of buying the dip. Okay. So what I'm trying to say here is if we flip this now, we take our Fibonacci from our low. This is our last low to the last high. Guess where we are right now on the 618 for the bulls. Okay. And you could already see that they're fighting here, right? It's not just breaking right through. They're putting in a fight. It might not hold, but they're still putting in a fight. So what I see right now is the bear and the bull algo aggressively positioned. They're both positioned. And with that, especially going into Thursday and Friday, the end of the week, we can see a lot of volatility. All right. So right now, the key levels we need to just be aware of is this high. So this is the high of the current week. If this high doesn't break, there's a high chance that we actually turn around and break this low. And once we break this low, because this is an outside bar, there's a good chance that we continue lower. Okay. So let's be aware of that and let's understand that. So anybody that's looking for a swing, anybody that's looking for that, that's the way I would play it. Use this as your maximum risk. Okay, so hit me with the 2 if that makes sense. So that's my analysis. We could also close with an inside bar. Then we'll have the Holy Grail pattern on the weekly. And if we do that, that would be an even better opportunity, because the premiums will, for the next 2 days, will be decayed if we just go sideways. And then I will have a nice, strong plan ready to go for a big swing. Okay, because if we look at the Holy Grail, we could see back October 21st, we could see May 21st. Look how beautiful these Holy Grails played out. I love to play Holy Grails. So if it closes with a Holy Grail, I'll be there. Look at this monthly chart, September of 2020. Such a beautiful Holy Grail. So that's what I'm looking for, guys. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. All right. So that's the market outlook for now. That's what I'm seeing. And if you look at the daily chart, you can clearly see 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, we went up, we filled the 618, and then we started turning down. Okay. And obviously there's going to be, there's a lot of news factors as well. There's, the election stuff, there's CPI, there's different things that are going to play catalysts into the next move, but the levels are very important. Okay, those levels that I showed you are very, very important. All right. So tomorrow, when we come into the open, it's going to be very important because there's already going to be a catalyst before that. So we need to make sure that we understand the price action before we come into the open, which I'll be looking at, and I'll shoot you guys a tweet on Twitter. Okay. By the way, we finally got the blue check mark. We got the check mark by signing up, and they verified the account here. The main reason I got the check mark, guys, is because we have hundreds of scammers on a weekly basis. Everything from Bitcoin to stocks to WhatsApp, Telegram, YouTube. It's been just too much. So I'm hoping with the blue check mark that this will help to some extent to protect the community. That's the only reason I'm doing it. I don't care about the blue check mark because you guys know who I am. You guys know tradingwars.com is where everything's at. But I hope that this will be the next step in protecting a lot of you guys. Even today, somebody DM'd me and said, "Hey, did you message me on Telegram?" But so some people don't know that, you could see it right here. No Telegram, no Instagram, no Bitcoin, but some people still don't get it, or they didn't see that. So hopefully we go ahead here and this makes a big difference to the community. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a giveaway at the end of the stream to celebrate this. I always celebrate my success with giveaways because it's not about me. It's about us getting better as a community. It's about you becoming profitable and you being able to add value to your family and your friends and the people you care about. That's what I'm trying to do. I care about you and I'm trying to add value to you so you can add it to the world. If everybody added value to each other, we will be in a so much better place. And that's what the type of energy that I want to be involved in. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead here to the price action today and we'll talk about how the trading went today. Okay. So we'll go ahead and hit the replay right here. And we will draw the previous day's low right there. We'll put this in yellow. And we'll go ahead and draw the previous day's high right up here. Put in the Discord and get our trigger. So our trigger was 378.46. 378.46. Pop it up by 1. Put this in red. Coordinates. There we go. Okay. So here was our short trigger. We're looking to short below 378.46. Okay, so the first 5-minute bar comes in. So big red bar, okay? So I was expecting that we were going to touch this short trigger right in the morning. And that's what we did. But this morning, guys, and the theme for November so far has been choppy mornings. For all of November so far, it wasn't like October. October was very clean mornings, very, very clean. But so far for November, it's been choppy mornings and strong afternoons, and that trend continued today. So obviously the market is waiting on a few things to settle down, different, announcements, blah, blah, blah. And I'm hoping that the morning sessions will come back strong. But this, that being said, there's still been good opportunities, but you have to survive the mornings. And that's why when we start off like an inside day like this, you can see we're inside of yesterday's high and low. I always be careful. So I generally put my size down on an inside day because I know it can be choppy. Okay, so here's our first 5-minute bar. We come in right here. So we come very close to tagging our short trigger, but we don't. Instead, we have the first Fibonacci set up of the day. So here's our low to high, high to low right there. We pull back on the 618, we reject just a little bit, and then we shoot right through. And it really felt like in the morning, we were just getting stop hunted because after it hit our stop loss at the high of the day, it flushed right back down. And that type of stuff right there, guys, is like it's a killer for your mental, but that happens. And I'm here to tell you that that's happened to me many times. And the time you decide not to have a stop loss is when it'll just go to the moon and you'll blow up your account. So always, embrace the times where you need to lose, because losing always leads to winning, because you can't lose forever and you can't win forever. But when you win, you're going to make more money than you lose. That's the key. So, if you risk $500, but when you win $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, that's what keeps you going. There's a cost of doing this business, and the cost is taking losers. And if you can't take a loser, then you can't trade, because you can continue to make a loser into a worse situation to the point where you blow up your account. Okay. So unfortunate here, we got wicked out. And then from here, we got into the short trigger. And instead of using the full stop, I just went a really tight stop right above this candle because I wanted it to either work right away or fail. And then you could see it failed right after that. And then we made a new high. So from there, guys, we swapped over. We took our fib from our low to our high like this. And then you could see, guys, we came, let me just extend the anchor there. We came back down to the 618 and we did the same thing. So I can't tell you how frustrating this was today in the morning, just having this Fibonacci blow through, but then finally the trigger worked. Okay, so this was the V trigger. Okay, and I want to talk about that a little bit. I'll talk about that in a second, but let's continue with the fibs. So we had this one failed. We tried to reverse it the other way. That one failed. And then finally, guys, in the afternoon, after things kind of cleared up, if we take our Fibonacci from our high to our low like this, finally in the afternoon, we came up there to that 618. Let me go ahead and add the 786 as well. Okay, so we came up right into that 618, 786 area, and we smashed into a new low. So it took literally, the third time or the fourth time, depending on how you took it, for it to actually hit. And that's just a part of the game, guys. And I want to be honest with you. I'm not going to tell you that you can go and every trade is going to be a winner, but I'll tell you something, guys. If you caught this short and you hit the V trigger for the second time, we fast forward into the close, it was just straight selling from there, and you 100% would have made back any losers you had in the morning, right? So there's always good opportunity. And just sometimes you're going to get beat up a little bit. Sometimes you're going to get chopped up a little bit. That's just the way it is. But that being said, there's always another opportunity, and you just have to remain optimistic. People that have a pessimistic mindset, you're not going to survive in trading, because trading is the one thing that'll test your emotions more than everything in the world. It will really, really test your emotions. So, just to recap, the morning fibs, extremely choppy until in the afternoon, got that clear direction right there, came into that 618. This one flushed down for a nice winner. And then let's go ahead and look at the V trigger now. Okay, so before I do that, hit me with the 3 if that makes sense. So I want to talk about the V trigger. Okay, so what it is. Okay, so we identified that we have this level, right? So this level 378.46 is my trigger. So my trigger is where I want to short. So how do I come up with the triggers? Well, first of all, the trigger is based on the average true range plus the Fibonacci. It's a mathematical formula. But to keep it very simple, the trigger is always above the previous day's low, okay, or below the previous day's high. The trigger is a form of front running a trade. We're getting into a trade ahead of time because we're anticipating that it's gonna break lower. So for example, over here, we don't want to wait until the previous day's low breaks, because look at this trap. You see how it works, guys? As soon as the previous day's low breaks, the noobs get trapped, the retail gets trapped here, and then they get destroyed. But with the V trigger, at least we're getting in early enough, right? We're getting in early enough that by the time it gets to the previous day's low, we'll be able to make a profit. That's the way I designed them, and I call it front running. Okay, so you could see in the morning, the short trigger did not work. The first time we touched that level, it did not work. But the second time we touched the level right here, we went through to the previous day's low, which is one of our targets. And then eventually, even on the third time over here, when we broke that level, and the fourth, so the third and the fourth, we collapsed. So this is just trading off of a level. And the more times that it touches that level, the more time it breaks that level, and it knocks on, it's like knocking on the door, it's like knocking on the wall with a sledgehammer. Enough times you hit that wall, eventually it's going to crack. And I went back and I did a lot of back testing on the V trigger and a lot of brainstorming. I've been spending a lot of time with the V trigger. Just I wanted to have more data, and I've done a lot of data for this year. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the V trigger. If you guys are interested, we can spend a whole video on that concept. We can talk about it more. So right now, guys, if you want more, if you want to know like the back testing and everything I did, drop a like on this video, hit the subscribe button, guys. And at the end, just leave me a comment and let me know if you're interested on that. Okay, because the V trigger, it's based on Fibonacci in a way, but it's not Fibonacci trading. Okay, it's not a pullback. Okay, it's more of a front run. It's a front running style of trading. You're getting in, you're anticipating a breakout before it happens. Okay, And you'll always be able to make more money by anticipating something before it happens. And if you're able to anticipate something before it happens, you will make the most money. Okay. All right. So let's continue here. I just want to do a quick shout out. So anybody that's been in the Discord for more than 3 months, you are able to get the MVP title. So I'm giving MVP tags to anybody that's been in the Discord for more than 3 months. So you need to be subscribed for at least 3 months, okay? And if you have, just email me, rich@tradingwars.com, or DM me, and I'll upgrade your tag to the MVP. And we're going to be doing some special things for the MVPs and some, some perks and everything like that. So I really want to respect the people that have been with me for a long time. I want to give back. So if you've been in the Discord for 3 months, shoot me an email and I will get you the MVP tag. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead here now and let's look at some setups for tomorrow. Oops, I pressed it twice. Okay, so what we're going to do here, let's go ahead and look at for some blue raindrops. I don't think there's anything that I like. Well, there's Starbucks. Starbucks is always a good one. I love trading Starbucks. Okay, so here we go. Starbucks, a very, very nice inside bar with also a blue raindrop. Okay, so there is an open gap to be filled on Starbucks below. So this is a very, very strong setup. So we have a big bar on the 8th, which was yesterday. We have a tight day today, which is also a blue raindrop and an inside bar, and we have a gap to fill below. So this is a low risk, high reward trade. It's a low risk because you have a small bar to play off of, but if you're correct on the bar, you're going to make a lot of money. Okay, does that make sense? So Starbucks, hot pick tomorrow, hot one. We're going to be watching that for a trade. Let's go ahead and look at some Holy Grail, see if there's any. So I don't trade any of these. Let's look for Nirvana. I don't trade any of these as well. So nothing, Starbucks will be my #1 pick for tomorrow. I love when there's open gaps on the chart. I will go ahead on Twitter and I'll post some of the free picks in a bit. Maybe give me like a half an hour or so, my friends. So please go ahead and follow the Twitter if you haven't. There's a lot of free content on here, guys. A lot of things. I just posted this earlier today. My golden indicators, the SPY master classes, Fibonacci course, live trading. This is a really nice thread. I'll link it right now in case you guys want to reference that. Go for it. Okay. Yeah. So I'm expecting in the next 2 days for SPY to really have all I'm expecting from SPY is to break out of this last week's range. Okay. Because let's do some analysis together. So let me teach you guys how to think in math and probability. Okay. So how many times, so we can go back to the COVID lows. How many times on this chart do you see a Holy Grail? How many times? So the Holy Grail is the yellow highlights. Okay. So just throw some numbers out at me. All right. And I got to remember to do the giveaway, so I won't forget. So throw some numbers out at me. How many times do you see this yellow highlight here? So that's the Holy Grail pattern. That's on the weekly. Not much, right? We have this chop right here in December to first week of January, but this is pretty much just holiday. This is the holiday volume. So that, you could pretty much ignore that. If we go back here, guys, we really don't see this pattern at all. Maybe 2017, like it doesn't exist on the weekly for SPY. So what does that mean? Well, it means that after an outside bar, we tend to break out. Look at all the white bars. These are the outside bars, right? Look at all of them. After them, we tend to break out. So that being said, if we use the probability, we use the math, this is telling us in the next 2 days that we're likely going to break out. Okay. We don't have to break out, but we likely are. And if we don't break out, it's even better because that means we're going to get a strong Holy Grail setup, which is extremely rare. Okay. And if you think in terms of that, guys, if you think in terms of the probability, it'll help your trading a lot because it's all math, right? It's really all math. Like, one thing that I like to do is count the consecutive color bars. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 green bars, and then a sell off. 1, 2, 3 green bars, then a sell off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sideways. So I just like to get the number in my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sideways. So anytime we're above 3 green weeks in a row, I start to think of potential consolidation or reversal. Okay, same thing here with the bear side. 1, 2, 3 red bars pop up. Okay, and then 2 green bars in a row. So anytime you could play that game too, guys. All right, you can play that game. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You guys can play that game. That is also extremely powerful, because then you can start to say, well, look, we are up 3 weeks in a row, 4 weeks in a row. At some point, we're going to pull back, or we might consolidate. So let me look for some potential opportunities. It's the same, like those, that when you use that and you combine it with the fibs, it makes it extremely powerful. So for example, here on the daily, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 bars making new highs. That's another way to look at it, right? Bars that are making new highs, new high, new high, new high, new high. That's not going to go on forever. At some point, that needs to change. And the more we keep going new high, new high, new high, the more it sucks in retail and makes them think that the market is going to the moon. And that's where you can look for your opportunities. All right. So there we go, my friends. I hope you enjoyed that. As always, check me out at tradingwars.com. That's the place to be. If you get any one of our 3 books, you get 1 month for free. The Nirvana indicator I showed you is only with the books, and you will get that for lifetime, as well as the premium golden indicators. Or you can sign up right here on the main page if that's what you prefer. All right, so let's go do it. Let's go ahead and we will do a giveaway, and then we will wrap this video up. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to hop over to the YouTube, and I'm going to look at the video from yesterday. So this is the video from yesterday, Trade Like a Master Fibonacci Robot Part 2. I'm going to copy and paste this in here. So please go ahead and leave a comment on the video right now for your chance to win. I will say that there was a scammer that was replying to people today, but I got rid of them. There was someone saying something about WhatsApp, blah, blah, blah. Guys, I don't deal with any of that, only at tradingwars.com, okay? So let's go ahead here and just leave a comment in there. Check out the video if you haven't checked it out. It's a pretty good one. Make sure you guys are subscribed. If you want to be eligible for the giveaway, you have to be subscribed, okay? Let's go ahead. I'll hit the refresh button here. So I'll give you guys another, everybody. I'll give you guys another. Oh, that's a lot of comments, 39. Okay, really good. So let's go ahead here, pull out the random number generator. 1 to 39, 3, 2, 1, 38. Wow, that is crazy. Somebody on the stream won. This brother right here. How do we get the trigger? This brother right here, Syed Imam. Actually, so I don't think he was on the stream. Where did all the new comments come from? Where did they go? Something's wrong here, guys. I don't. Okay, wait. Let's redo that, guys, because none of your comments came through. Everything says 20 hours ago. Okay, sorry. Let me read that. Syed, if you won, brother, I will go ahead and still give you. I'll still take care of you, but I want it to be fair as well. Okay, so let me just make sure, because I don't see. Okay, there we go. That's more like it. All right, because where's everybody's new comments right now? Let's just see. Let's just make sure we got people up on here. 31 seconds, 1 minute. There we go. All right. So we're going to do 2 winners today. Okay. All right. So number 1 to 58. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 21. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Right here. So this brother Dex. Dex, you are the winner. Loving this series. Dex, my brother, you are the winner. Dex, a part of the Trading Wars Army. Thank you for the support. I very much appreciate that. So we have 2 winners today, Dex and our brother down here, Syed Imam. Okay, so you guys are the winners. We will continue to do more giveaways. Don't worry, guys. You will probably win something eventually, because there's not millions of it. This is not the power. What's it called? The Powerball. This is not the Powerball, guys. This people actually here. You have a good chance. There's the pool is not that big. All right. So just go ahead, DM me or email me, and I will take care of you guys. I'll get you your book after we verify you and everything like that. Thank you so much for your time. And I am expecting some good volatility in the next 2 days. I want to make a lot of money in the next 2 days. So let's stay positive and let's go ahead and hit it. Big move is coming tomorrow for sure with the CPI data. So be on your toes. All right. Thank you very much, guys. and we will continue to see you guys tomorrow. Okay, take care. Have a great day.